here I am in the part of our church that we call the narthex. For me, I call it the welcoming place. The place where we welcome everyone, stranger or friend, to come in, to join, to be with us, to be part of our community. I'm reminded, standing here by this wonderful depiction of Jesus on the cross, of a story by about Leonardo da Vinci. And he was painting this beautiful painting of the Last Supper. And so during Leonardo's time, in order to do the painting, they had to have live models to depict the different people of what way they were trying to paint. And so if you think about it, the Last Supper, he needed 12 disciples and Jesus. And this was very common for artists during that time. Leonardo went out and he was trying to find somebody that he could use as his model for Jesus. And he searched. And finally, when he went to the cathedral, he looked up in the choir, and here was this young man who just personified the compassion, the kindness, the tenderness of Jesus, the Jesus that he wanted to paint. And so he asked the young man to come and model for him. The young man agreed. And Leonardo used him to paint his depiction of Jesus. Leonardo continued on this great work, and all of a sudden, as he neared the end, after 10 years, he was having difficulties because he couldn't find anyone to depict Judas. Judas with that greed, with that, just that kind of sneer, that wickedness that Leonardo wanted to portray. So finally he went to a prison and he found this man. Wow. This man, you couldn't even bear to look at him. He just personified in his sneer and his demeanor exactly how Leonardo thought about Judas. And so he worked with the officials and with the man, and it was agreed upon the man would come and model for him. And Leonardo started with the man sitting in front of him. And then Leonardo noticed that this man was looking as he was painting his depiction, his portrait. And his eyes started filling with tears. And then his whole demeanor just personified being absolutely horrified about what he was seeing. And Leonardo picked that up. And he says, "What's troubling you?" And the man said, "Do you not know who I am? I'm the model that you painted Jesus." You see, this man had turned from that life of compassion to a life of darkness, to a life of compassion, to a life of being mean. What was once he depicted or was despicable became loved. His whole demeanor had changed. So as we stand, as we enter into the church and we look upon the portrait of Jesus on the cross, that's our mirror. That's our mirror to pause and ask ourselves, what face do we see?